Hey everyone, time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So, had the shop to myself most of today. Jacob came in around his usual time, around 3:30 or so. I'll talk about what he did in a little bit. So, I worked a little bit on the double cab today, but before we get to that, let me talk about the Blue Buggy, which is outside at the moment, so we still have it, and the Cowlook car. So those of you that follow the channel know that we had some kind of like last minute things with those cars. So the Blue Buggy, we had some electrical issues, which we took care of and fully rewired the dash. And we had some like weirdness going on with the horn too. So we took care of those things. So today I took that car on a couple test drives around the beautiful city of Orange, California here. Did my 7-mile loop and abused it, not too much, but drove it, somewhat aggressively, putting it through its paces. And the thing is just awesome. I love driving that buggy, and this is perfect weather for it. It's probably like 71, 72 degrees out, sunny, little breeze. I mean, I had so much fun. And actually, I drove it early this afternoon, and then Jacob and I took it for a spin just a little while ago, did that same 7-mile loop, which takes us through Old Town Orange. Anyway, yeah, it's just, that thing is so much fun to drive. Anyway, so that one's done, and the owner's going to come get it in the morning, so you will not be seeing it again. The Cowlook car, we had some oil leaks on it, which I mentioned. So we took care of those, and I took it for a pretty decent spin today, and I don't see any signs so far of those leaks, fingers crossed. And I'm going to take it out in the morning, maybe even like twice tomorrow, and just like, again, kind of like abuse it, but, give it a good drive, get it good and, up to temperature and stuff like that, and hoping to not see any more leaks. And then the owner, pending that all going well, is going to come get it Saturday. So very happy for those two owners to get their cars. Anyway, so that took a lot of my day today, getting those two ready to finally go. So what I did manage to do is a handful of things on this getting more bitchin' by the day 68 double cab. So let's see here what happened today. So some little but not so little things. One is if you saw the thumbnail, you already know that the passenger seat went in. So it's a pretty simple matter. There's some little brackets back up in here on the this bulkhead that I had to add on it, and then there's some rubber stoppers that actually mount on the back of the seat up in there that kind of cushion the seat against this bulkhead here. So put those on, installed the seat. And yes, so that is in now for reals. And what else? I put on rear view mirrors, like from Cars. Anyone who's seen that movie or has kids and had to watch that movie like 1,000 times will know that line from Tow Mater. Anyway, yeah, so rear view mirrors went on this puppy now, so yeah, this thing is like really starting to look like a done car. Oh, I don't think I showed this yet. So yeah, we went ahead too and put in the sun visors. So those are in. And then I actually managed to find and buy, and should have tomorrow, a inside rear view mirror for this. So it actually is available. It's just that Wolfsburg West doesn't have it. And so I guess I don't really want to say lazy, but I'm so used to Wolfsburg West having like literally everything that I ask for that sometimes I fall into the trap of, if I ask them for a part, like for example, a 68 bus rear view mirror, and they say they don't have it, my mind immediately says, well, no one makes it, because if they did, Wolfsburg West would have it. Well, turns out that's not 100% true. Although, again, my mind usually does go there, because a lot of times if they don't make something, it just doesn't exist. But in this case, the owner of this truck, Mr. Mike, so thanks, Mike, he actually sent me a link, and somebody had it on eBay. And then I did a quick Google search and the thing like popped up all over the place. So CIP1, the guys in Canada have it, a few other shops. And so I found a guy on, actually, I think it was the one that the owner sent me. He happened to be here in Southern California, had it on eBay. I went ahead and bought it, and then I sent him a message and asked him very nicely, hey, is there any way you could ship this out today? And I think I placed the order by like 10 or something this morning. So it was like early enough that I didn't feel bad about asking him if he could get out today. And he said yes, and he did. And so we should have that rear view mirror tomorrow, probably, I'm guessing. Because Monday is, of course, a holiday. So if it doesn't come tomorrow, I suppose it could still come Saturday, depending on how we shipped it. Anyway, that was the longest story ever about a rear view mirror. But yes, hopefully tomorrow we'll have that. That'll go in. And, I think it's going to be time to clear all this random stuff, which, this was a huge pile of parts, mostly for this car, and it's shrinking down to very little. So a few things left to put on, but what I really need to do is I need to clear this bed off and, again, take this thing for a little spin. So I really need to kick myself in the butt and try and do that tomorrow, because that's pretty much the point at which this car is at now, is we need to start driving it a little bit and, do some shakedown and see how it goes and address anything that comes up and try and get this baby to its owner. So, that is what happened with this one today. On the 67 Beetle here, put Jacob to work cleaning things for the doors, and so we got out the window regulators, and they're actually really nice on this car, so that's good news. And so I had him clean those up. They're usually pretty disgusting, and so he cleaned those up really well, got them working nice and smooth and stuff like that. So those will be fine. We'll grease them up before we put them in the doors, but for storage in the meantime, there's no point in having grease all over them. So he cleaned those up, and he cleaned up the door windows themselves, the ones that roll up and down. And unfortunately, one of them, and I don't remember if it was driver or passenger, had a lot of scratches in it. And so we're probably going to try and find an original replacement for that one. The other side had some scratches, but they were pretty near the bottom, so that if you had the window rolled up all the way, you may see some scratches, like just kind of like just above the scrapers and stuff, maybe like that much, a few here and there. But the other one kind of had scrapes like that, but they went up much further, to the point where if you had the window rolled up, you'd see, maybe like scratches this kind of like long, kind of like scrape like this. So what happens on these cars is the window scrapers and stuff, they get hard, and the scrapers start coming apart. And so, eventually you have like metal and super hard rubber and stuff like that scraping, basically like grinding the windows every time they roll up and down. And over the years, it can scratch them up pretty bad. So it was probably the driver's side, because that would normally be the one that's getting rolled up and down the most. But yeah, probably have to find a replacement for that. But yeah, Jacob cleaned those up, and we kind of evaluated them. And then he started pulling apart the one of the vent wings for one side. Didn't quite get to the other one. But yeah, so, we're just trying to go ahead and get all the door mechanism pieces and stuff like that ready, so that when we hang the doors on this thing, which will probably be pretty soon, that we can go ahead and build the doors up pretty quick. So I believe, other than that, the only other major thing that happened today with our neighbor's shop is he is continuing work on the seats for this buggy. I think the two front bucket seats are done, or super close to done. And today he's actually starting to build the back seat for it. So hopefully soon. I don't know what this dude's deal is. He's been begging him to make these seats forever. Anyway, he's finally doing it, and they'll look amazing, because those guys are the best. And so, we should have seats for this guy pretty soon. So that's exciting. Been a long time coming. Anyway, that is it for today, everyone. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys very much for all your comments and kind words and all that good stuff. And I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.